In this video, we're going to talk about how to import from outside of Excel into Excel so you can use it for your analysis or whatever else you need to do with it. The easiest way to get data when you have it outside of an Excel spreadsheet is to navigate to where you have it, copy and paste. I have pre-selected a website here that just lists US states and their capitals. You can see it's already in a table format. So I'm just going to put my mouse right here, and you can see it turns into the text cursor. This is the select text cursor. Click and drag all the way down. You see as it selects all the data. I let go, and I'll hit Control and C on my keyboard to copy the data. Or you could also click right click and click copy there. And you can see that it shows Control C as the shortcut. So I have the data copied, and I'm going to navigate back to my Excel sheet. I have my cell selected here in A1, and I'm going to click Control V for paste, or you can just click paste, and there's that data. There are other things that you can do at this point to format it. For instance, each of these still has a hyperlink attached to it, and normally you'd want to remove these hyperlinks from your data to clean it up. You don't want to have hyperlinks in your text, or you might accidentally click on one when you're trying to click in a cell, and that would take you to that website. But another way of getting data, if you don't have the ability to copy it like that, or if you have another data source that you want to look at, let me open up a new sheet here and I'll explain how do you do that. Under the Data tab, you'll see External Data. Click there, and let's look at From Web. This is a good one, and I have a website that I've pre-selected with some data right here. Top 1,000 baby girl names. I'm going to copy the web address here, and then I go back to my Excel and say Get External Data from Web. Then you go here and paste the website in it and hit Go. So now what's happening is Excel is looking at this website, and it's searching for any data that Excel can use and grab and import into Excel. There's going to be a few pictures and things that it's going to have a hard time to grab, but let's see how it works here. So it's asking for import data, what cell I want to start in, and I want to start on existing worksheet and hit OK. And then it will start to search that website and grab that information. And sometimes it'll take a little while, but you can see it's grabbing the very first word, Babel, and it's just going down the entire web page and looking for all the text. And then if we scroll through here, then we get to the actual data we're looking for. And here are those lists of names from the website. And a little bit later I'll show you how to separate out the Juan and the Emma, because we probably wouldn't want those in the same cell when we go to do analysis. But here we are, you can see we have all 1,000 baby names. If I hit Control Home, it takes me back to the very top corner. So that's a couple of different ways to import data. If you have it in a Word document or a PDF or some other source, you can follow the same method that we used here. Simply select all the data, copy, move to Excel, usually start in cell A1, and then click paste. Let's go back to the baby names sheet and do some cleaning up on that. So if we click on the A, we can select the entire column, and then we'll go to the Data tab and click on Text to Columns. And this delimited function here allows us to separate the text based on different factors. And in this case, we'll look at spaces. So we'll go Next, and then for the delimiter, we'll use space. And then we select Treat Consecutive Spaces as one. So if we have 2 or 3 spaces, it'll treat it all as one space. And this shows an example of what's going to happen here. The first section we don't even care about. We're going to delete that later. Then we hit Next. And for now, we're just going to leave this as general, because you can always change the formatting later. And then we'll hit Finish. So now every word that had a space following it, Excel has taken that data and moved it to the next column over. So now, since we don't really care about the top information here, we can just select that. So we're just going to delete all this section. So to delete a row, you can just right click on a row and click delete. And then I can select all of these again. I can click Control Home, takes me to A1. And I can hold the Shift button and go all the way down with my arrow key, all the way down here to row 44. And then go to Home and delete Sheet Rows. And I'll show you how to do that with a keyboard shortcut as well. I'm going to click Control Z to undo it. And I can use Alt H and then D for delete. And then R, that will do the same thing. So now we have the baby names separated with the numbers in one column and the names in another. However, if I remember right, as you go through your data, you will have grabbed a few other things that you also don't want to have in there. But we don't need these two rows. We'll delete those. And we'll use our keyboard shortcut, Alt-H-D-R, after I select both rows. And we'll just scroll through real fast just to make sure all of our names are there and that we don't have any other data that we don't want in there. And we're just cleaning the data and getting rid of what we don't need. And it looks like we're good with that, but we don't need the rest of these. And we'll select all of those rows. And I've selected more rows than I need to. That doesn't matter, we can just delete them all. And we'll select Alt-H-D-R. Control Home will take me back up to the top. And then the next thing we do is click Save. That way you can save the data you've just imported. So you hit the Save button here, or Alt-F-S, and Save is right here. And that takes care of importing your data. So that's how you import from a web address and how you copy and paste information from another source, as well as how you clean up your data.